doing the Flash Elseworld Part 1. So because it is a 3-episode special leading in the Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl, we, instead of doing a whole long video with you guys, we are going to be splitting it to 3 parts. So this first one happens in the Flash.
Yes.
So little like time screw up. It started on Sunday for the Flash.
So it's a little weird. Flash got Supergirl spot. Arrow gets
his
original spot, and Supergirl gets Flash. So they reversed it literally.
Yeah. So it was kind of like confusing for us to be watching Flash on a Sunday.
That was exciting.
Which
totally do it on Sunday. That's awesome.
Yeah, because we're
free all day.
We're free all day. We got Running Man and we got Flash, so we got to enjoy it and just like have some. Literally, we went through like 2 bags of popcorn that day.
You know, CW, if you guys are watching this, or any of your people watching, you should do that. Flash should be on Sunday.
No.
That'd be freaking awesome.
My Tuesdays are reserved for Flash. I keep it on Tuesday. Anyways, so we start off the Flash.
Yes. In which the episode began kind of showing us again what happened in the preview with the situation on Earth, I believe 92 or whatever, in which the Monitor found the book of truths or
Destiny, faith.
Book of Destiny or faith, and he created that book, and he gave it to somebody in that universe. He gave it to somebody on that Earth, and that person destroyed that Earth. It ended up not being, quote unquote, worthy. In which we get John Wesley Shipp, who is being his original 1990s Barry Allen, the Flash. He dons that costume for that, and he takes off running to try to find the next Earth that the Monitor goes towards. And fast forward, it shows him coming to meet Dr. Deegan, who is a psychiatrist working in doing tests on patients and inmates in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, and like it starts off the reason why he ends up being like where he's at.
Right.
He believes that human brains and stuff like that, you can work it, manipulate and stuff like that, and become to think like Superman, Batman, the Flash.
Well, he feels that anybody can be a superhero.
Yeah, so like
you just have to think it.
Yeah, so he was trying to explain that to like the other professors or doctors, stuff like that, and they're just like, he's crazy.
Yeah, they scoffed at him.
That's why he gets the book of Destiny.
Right.
And the guy says to him that like, I hope you rewrite Destiny like the way it should be written, where you get the greatest power and all.
Yeah. Now, as all you guys know, they're writing this based off of the comic series of DC's comic series, Crisis on Infinite Earths. It is a large comic saga that involves tons of characters. Obviously, the TV series doesn't have all those characters for them to use, but we have main characters. And that's what they're doing with this. Is Dr. Deegan is given the book, and he by using willpower in his head, he's able to rewrite history on his Earth. So he can't do it to every Earth. The book tells you the truth and everything you need to know about your Earth and your universe.
Your superheroes on there.
Yeah.
Everybody on there.
Anybody and everybody who's come in contact with your universe and your Earth, you know about it. So, and what you do, you change everything on that Earth. The other universes, the other Earths,
does not get affected
by this book. Now, his goal was to change himself into the Flash. He was trying to turn himself into the Flash, in which he failed, and he ended up swapping Barry and Oliver to each other. And apparently, that was the only thing he did.
Yeah.
He didn't touch anything else. It ended up just swapping 2 people. And once he did that, those 2 guys, like, lost their minds for a bit.
And then so in order to, save their Earth, they were like, the only person who would be able to differentiate the 2 of us and help us is Supergirl.
Yeah.
So they have to go to Supergirl's Earth. So the 2 of them escapes to Supergirl's Earth and meet Supergirl, and she's all like, okay.
Bam, bam, bam. In Smallville. Yeah. And for any of you guys who watched Smallville, who know about Smallville, and if you don't know about Smallville, you should go know about it now, because they kind of made it canon. Is that she ends up going, when those 2 guys, with the help of Cisco, vibe to Earth 38, to Smallville, they play the Smallville song, the Smallville theme song. And as all you guys know, the Smallville theme song obviously is an iconic song. And not only that, they went to, they ended up vibing to Clark's farm. So, and it looks extremely similar to how the original Smallville farm looked like too. So, they're kind of like starting to connect the pieces of saying certain things are canon, certain things that have been done in the history of DC TV shows, even DC movies, are starting to become canon. They're starting to connect the dots of the characters. For instance, this is just me being a total fan, but for instance, Grant Gustin Flash does exist. They're saying he does exist in Ezra Miller Flash. They exist. The only difference is Ezra Miller Flash from movie, this is just in a different world. And Grant Gustin Flash was the better Flash.
It's in my world.
Is in our world of Earth 1. So it's kind of cool the way they do it, the way they're doing it. They're kind of saying that Tom Welling's Clark Kent Superman does exist. He's just in a different world.
But yes, they bring Kara back to Earth 1, and they try to stop Deegan from doing all this, and instead they meet the Monitor, right?
No, well, they what had happened in this first one was, while the 2 guys were making sure that they play each other's character, Oliver had to go deal with bad guys, and he had to wear the Flash. So he got to put on the Flash ring, do the whole hand thing, and the Flash suit comes out, and he runs through it. He ends up, there's these guys these thugs who are trying to rob like Argus or something like that, and he ends up doing the lightning bolt throw, and he's not good at it, so the lightning bolt kind of flies everywhere, and it hits this robot. He takes off after beating the guy, but it hits this robot, and it activates the robot. And they while this robot's going rampage on Earth 1, the 2 guys, Oliver and Barry, they've gone to the Earth 38 to try to get Kara's help, so that they can go in and figure out what's going on with the time, with how they got swapped. Obviously, the robot's name is, what was the robot's name?
I don't know. I keep thinking Argus, but I don't know why. Because everything was all Argus's fault.
I can't
put a caption here.
I can't think of it at the top of my head. I'm pretty sure you guys are probably like, "Oh, come on, it's obvious." But this robot character, his backstory comes from, obviously Agashi doesn't know where he came from, but he came from a lot of their animated films. One of the things he came from was, I think, Teen Titans and I think Young Justice League. So he's what he is he's a robot that was specifically created to be able to combat heroes. And what he does is he scans heroes and imitates their powers. He doesn't steal it, he just imitates it. So he does that. He ends up imitating, the first people he imitated was
Elongated Man and Killer Frost.
Yeah, he imitated Ralph, and Caitlin's powers, which is a little weird because he didn't even use Ralph's powers.
He did.
Did he? Oh, he did, huh?
Punching.
He punched the. He did. He just stretched the long arm.
He hit the bodyguard, security guy, who stretched his arm.
It just looked funny with him. It looked like it's like a bumblebee.
Yeah, it's just a robot hand.
But they come back, and with the help of Superman, they defeat him. But before defeating him, they kind of got beat up by him because he like took all their powers, and so like Superman couldn't touch him, and Superman was trying to fight him, and he just phased through everything. And I'm like, why is Barry Allen not doing this when he fights against anybody else? It's like, just phase. You just phase through everybody.
Because Barry likes an actual battle without having to cheat.
In a way, I feel like they're kind of explaining that Barry takes it easy. Yeah. Because he's so carefree. Mm-hmm. That's his problem. Is if he fought like Oliver, he'd be untouchable. But because he kind of just comes into it blind and kind of just enjoys things, he always falls for, dumb little tricks. Now, after defeating the robot, they
have Cisco vibe again.
Yes, they have Cisco vibe. And what do they see?
Wayne, Gotham.
No, they don't see that.
Yeah, they do.
No, they see that's when they see the monitor guy giving
with Wayne
Deacon
in the
book.
back.
Oh yes, huh? Oh my goodness.
Shitty memory. Like, I don't even care about Deacon and the guy. It's like, hello, there's Wayne's building.
She doesn't even care about the actual character. She just cares about the object that leads them to the next part.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. That's how it got them to Gotham City.
They saw the monitor, and the monitor, obviously, who is a being of higher degree, can see them. He obviously can see them, and he's surprised at Cisco's powers and Cisco's ability, because obviously he can do that. And so they notice when Oliver, they see it's Oliver with Barry's powers, they go like draw it out super duper fast and in detail, and they saw Wayne Tower at the end, so they knew that they had to go to Gotham, which obviously everyone, we've been spoiled with hype of Batwoman.
I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of Batman.
So, at the end of this first part, they realize that they have to go to Gotham to go look for Deegan and get that book, because that book is what the key is in fixing what went wrong. Yeah.
And that is the end of it for the first part of the Elseworlds with the Flash.
Yep.
And we'll continue it with part 2 with Arrow.
You have failed this city.
You have failed this review because you can't remember anything.
Ajashi, you have failed this review.